Most men get compliments wrong, painfully wrong. They think pouring sweetness into her ears will open her heart. That flattery is some secret code to desire. But in reality, most compliments die before they ever land. Why? Because they're lazy, generic, rehearsed, desperate. Telling a woman she's beautiful? She's heard it. From strangers, from lovers, from men she's already forgotten. That compliment evaporates. It doesn't penetrate. It doesn't mark her. If your words don't make her pause, if they don't etch themselves beneath her skin, then you've already lost. Because attraction isn't built through flattery. It's built through perception, precision, presence. A real compliment isn't about making her smile. It's about making her wonder how you see her and why it feels different. Here's the secret no one teaches. The most powerful compliments aren't just about her. They reveal something about you, the way you observe, the way you value what others miss, the way your words carry weight, not noise. Because a Stoic man doesn't speak for approval. He speaks for impact. He doesn't flatter to gain favor. He honors what he sees with surgical precision. And when a woman feels truly seen in a way no one else has dared to look, attraction stops being surface. It sinks into the bones. In this ritual, you'll learn 6 compliments that don't just impress. They reframe you. They embed you in her memory. And they make her feel something she can't forget. Every point is extremely important to understand, especially the last one. Let's begin. Compliment number 1. I love the way you think. Most men see what's obvious. They compliment the surface, beauty, charm, maybe wit. They speak to what's been seen, praised, repeated, and forgotten. But when you say, I love the way you think, you're not admiring her body. You're admiring her blueprint, and that disarms her in a way beauty never could. Because this isn't about intelligence in the abstract. It's not, you're smart. That's generic, disposable. This is specific. This is personal. This is precision seduction aimed at the way her mind moves, not just what it knows. You're saying, I don't just hear what you say. I study how you say it, and it pulls me in. Here's how to make it land. Be surgical. Be observant. Be undeniable. If she reframes something sharply, say, that perspective, I've never seen it that way before. I love how your mind stretches patterns and breaks rules without even trying. If she questions something others blindly accept, say, you always ask questions that matter. It's rare, and it keeps pulling me in. If she solves problems differently, say, I respect how you think. You navigate complexity like it's instinct. Because now, she's not just feeling admired, she's feeling studied, decoded, valued for something deeper than appearance. And that creates an identity shift. The result? 1. She feels seen in a way that elevates her, not objectifies her. 2. She becomes curious about how you see her mind. 3. She starts engaging not just with you, but with your perception of her. And that loop? That's what creates mental intimacy. The kind that pulls her closer even when you're gone. Because she's no longer thinking about your compliment. She's thinking about how you perceive her and wondering what you'll notice next. And when a woman starts thinking like that, you've already taken root. Compliment number 2. I feel calm around you. Most men chase fireworks. They try to impress with adrenaline. They want to be the reason she laughs louder, breathes faster, feels butterflies. But butterflies die. Calm? Calm stays. Because long after passion fades, people crave safety, presence, ease. And when you look at her, not with hunger, but with peace, and say, I feel calm around you, something happens deep inside her, something her nervous system wasn't expecting. You've stopped chasing. You've stopped performing. You've stopped trying to win her. And in that moment, you've already won. This compliment is not about her beauty. It's about her energy, her presence, her impact. You are saying, you don't have to try. Just being near you rewires something in me. This hits because it bypasses ego. You're not flattering her identity. You're acknowledging her effect. It says, You don't entertain me, you ground me. And that, to a woman who is used to being chased, stared at, complimented, feels like emotional gravity. How to deliver it? Be slow, be still. Let your tone drop like warm silence between storms. After a long conversation, a moment of stillness, a gaze held just long enough to break time. Say, I don't know how to explain it, but being around you just slows everything down. It's like you carry a quiet kind of power. Or, I didn't even realize how tense I was until I felt myself relax when I'm with you. Or, most people try to excite, you calm, and that's rarer than anything else. And then, pause, no smile, no wink. Just let the words hang, because what she feels in that silence will echo far louder than anything else you say. Here's what starts happening inside her. 1. Emotional anchor. She connects you with the feeling of peace. 2. Power shift. You're not chasing her. She's having an effect on you. 3. Body memory. Her nervous system starts to relax around you, and once her body links you with calm, you stop being a thrill or a distraction. You become a place she feels safe, and people don't leave the place where they feel most like themselves. Compliment number 3. You have a presence that changes the room. Most people enter a space and vanish into the background. They adapt, blend, shrink. But some, very few, don't enter rooms. They alter them. And when you look at her and say, you have a presence that changes the room, you are not just noticing her. You are revealing something she may have sensed but never named. And in doing so, you unlock her awareness of her own power. You're not complimenting her beauty. You're not pointing out charm. You're acknowledging invisible impact. The way conversations shift when she walks in. The way eyes track her without knowing why. The way the emotional climate responds to her presence, not loud, not flashy, but undeniable. You are telling her, you don't take attention, you change energy. And that is a kind of power most men are too unconscious to see. But you name it. And in doing so, you bind her to your perception. How to deliver this? The mirror method. Wait until a moment where the energy has shifted around her. Maybe people are listening more intently. Maybe the vibe has deepened. Maybe silence feels different. Then lean in slightly, quiet, certain, and say, you know what I just noticed? You don't just walk into rooms. You change them. The air feels different, like the space reorganizes itself around you. Or, it's not just confidence, it's presence. There's something in the way you move, or maybe just exist, that shifts the room. And I notice it, every time. And then pause, hold the silence, let it land like gravity in slow motion. Because now she's not thinking about you, she's thinking about how others feel her, and she's linking that revelation to you. Here's what happens inside her. 1. She sees her own power because you saw it first. 2. She connects you with the way her presence changes a room. 3. She links her energy to how you make her feel rare and unforgettable. And here's the secret. The moment you notice something no one else sees, you become the only one worth noticing. Because she's not used to being seen like this. And now, your words have become a mirror she wants to look into again. Compliment number 4. You make things more interesting just by being part of them. This is no longer about beauty. This is no longer about intellect. This is about a psychological effect. You're not praising her for something she does. You're illuminating the impact of her very presence. Not what she adds, not what she says. Just the fact that she's involved changes the experience. When you say, you make things more interesting just by being part of them, you are telling her, I noticed the before, I noticed the after, and you were the variable. That's not flattery. That's power transfer through observation. This phrase opens a loop inside her mind. She begins wondering, what is it about me he finds interesting? How exactly do I change things? Why is he seeing something I've never been told before? And now, she's not just thinking about herself. She's thinking about how you experience her, which means you are now the lens through which she sees her own impact. That's not attraction. That's psychological fusion. Don't throw this phrase into a vacuum. Time it for maximum emotional friction. When she's contributed something unexpected, creative, or grounding, then say, you know, there's something about the way you show up that makes everything feel sharper. Like your presence changes the chemistry of a moment. Or, I've noticed, when you're part of something, even something simple, it just feels more alive. You bring a kind of depth that makes everything feel less ordinary. Then let the silence sit. Let her feel it. Here's what starts happening inside her. 1. You make her feel important, like her presence changes everything. 2. She starts to wonder how she really affects people. 3. You shift how she sees herself, in a way she's never seen before. 4. She connects that powerful feeling to you, and that is the magic. When she starts wondering why you see what others miss, she starts wanting to become more of what you see. That's not flattery, that's transformation. Compliment number 5. I respect the way you handle challenges. Most compliments dance around comfort. They point to beauty, laughter, charm, but they avoid the one space where true value lives, the storm. And when you look at her and say, I respect the way you handle challenges, you're not just admiring who she is, you're respecting what she's survived, what she's carried, what she hides when no one's looking. This isn't just a compliment, this is recognition of her inner war. And most women never hear this. They're admired for smiles, for softness, for performance, but few ever feel seen for their resilience. When you say this, you're not placing her on a pedestal. You're standing eye to eye with her storm and bowing to her strength. That rewires everything. Why? Because it does 3 things simultaneously. 1. Validates her struggle without needing details. 2. Builds emotional safety. You see her and don't flinch. 3. Triggers self-pride. You reflect a strength she forgot was visible. You become the mirror she didn't know she needed. You don't say this in the middle of laughter. You say it in the stillness after she shares something real, a moment of pressure, a personal story, a reveal of stress, loss, or perseverance. Then you look at her, not with pity, not with softness, but with still respect. Most people collapse under that kind of pressure, but you carry it like armor. I see it, and I respect the hell out of it. Or, you could have blamed the world. Instead, you adjusted your posture and kept moving. That says more than 100 conversations ever could. Let it sit. Let her feel her strength reflected back through your frame. That moment, right there, burns into her nervous system. Here's what happens inside her. 1. Her pain starts to feel like power. 2. She feels deeply respected, not just desired. 3. You become the one who sees strength where others saw weakness. And once a woman feels seen in her darkest moments, she can no longer look at you the same way, because you didn't compliment her looks. You didn't flatter her charm. You recognized her fire, and that makes you unforgettable. Compliment number 6. You inspire me. This isn't admiration. This isn't approval. This is a subconscious confession. You shift something inside me. You activate what I'm becoming. Because when you say, you inspire me, you are doing what almost no man does. You are placing her in your future evolution. And that changes the entire gravitational field of your connection. Most compliments are static. You're beautiful. You're amazing. You're smart. But this is dynamic. You're not just observing who she is, you're showing how she affects who you become. And that triggers the deepest psychological binding, emotional legacy. Now, she's not just someone you like, she's someone who leaves a mark. She doesn't just exist in your memory, she echoes in your ambition. Wait for a moment of meaning, a story, a principle, a decision, then drop it. Calm, grounded, undeniable. You know what's rare? Most people exist beside you, but they don't move you. You do. You inspire me. Or, there's something about how you carry yourself, the way you keep going, the way you think. It sharpens me. I notice that. I value that. Or even, you make me want to be more disciplined, more focused, like I should rise to match the energy you bring. Then stop. Let her mind absorb the truth, that her presence isn't passive, it's active evolution. And now, she isn't just flattered, she feels purposeful to you. Here's what she starts to feel. 1. She's not just part of your life, she's a spark that changes it. 2. You connect her to the man you're becoming. 3. She sees herself inside your growth and wants to be part of it. Because here's the secret. When a woman feels she has shaped a man's future, she becomes emotionally invested in staying part of it. You are no longer a man she enjoys. You are now a man she influences. And that is a bond most men never build. You thought this was about compliments, but now you feel it in your chest. This wasn't flattery, it was transformation. A real man doesn't speak to impress, he speaks to awaken, to leave fingerprints on her mind. You didn't chase, you saw, you named what others ignored, and now she won't forget. These weren't lines, they were spells, they bypassed ego, they rewired memory. Now she doesn't just remember you, she relives you. And this? It's only the beginning. Subscribe to the Stoic Architect, return, rewatch, reforge, because the next spell changes everything.